Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Everyday, coming to you live and direct as usual from the studios here at the Menara Star. Joining me today, usual Football Everyday crew, Zack and Daryl. My name is Nelson, and of course our weekly special guest, Mr. Shebby Singh himself. Welcome back, Shebby.
Thank you so much.
Plenty to look forward to on today's show. As along with all the football talk, we've also got questions for week 3 of the Stars Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest, and that's coming up later on in the show. But moving straight into the football chat, all square at Stamford Bridge over the weekend. Fair result for you, Shebby?
Very fair indeed, Nelson. We sat here last week and we spoke about Chelsea being dangerous with their fullbacks getting forward, and we did say Man United had to sort that out. And I thought, Sir Alex Ferguson tactically, really took the fire out of Chelsea. I thought for long periods they were the better side, and that is what I have always admired about Sir Alex Ferguson. He knows, he knows how to react from poor performances. He knows how to play against the big teams, and when he comes up, when you looked at the lineup and you thought, he's got Hargreaves, Fletcher, Park Ji-sung, and you were thinking, like, where's the creativity going to come from? But the whole game plan was to go out there and not allow Chelsea to play their normal game. And I thought, fair result, but I thought Man United could have won it if not for Ronaldo coming on, and being the selfish player that he is, playing without any tactical discipline. I thought he created more problems for Man United than Chelsea did.
But I got to ask Daryl something. Daryl, you're a big Mike Riley fan, mate. What do you think of his performance? At 7, he seemed to work for Hallmark, right? Lots of cards coming out.
How can you be a fan of a referee?
He loves Mike
Referees
Riley.
have fans.
He's a long-time Mike Riley fan.
It's quite ridiculous, all those cards. But the one important thing is, when is Chelsea ever going to lose at Stamford Bridge?
Yeah.
That was
Fair
like
point,
86 games and counting.
Fair point,
86 games.
But
sorry, Nelson, I just wanted to say, Daryl, apart from the refereeing, do you feel that Chelsea were going to equalise at any point?
What Shebby said with Ronaldo being selfish and all that. I guess he was. I thought just wasn't right for that game, because they were going all out to get the second goal, I guess, and they should have.
Yeah. But I think, Shebby, we have a theory about this, right? Chelsea bring on Drogba, so Alex brings on his big gun, right?
Yeah, you made a great point there. When Drogba came on, it's because Chelsea needed him. But when Cristiano Ronaldo came on, I thought, they don't need him at this point in the game.
I thought Berbatov destroyed the balance of the team.
Yeah, Berbatov was looking very, very tired. I thought in the last 20 minutes he faded badly. If they brought on Tevez, in place of Berbatov, I thought with that defensive discipline and the midfield working well, Tevez coming on, I think they'll put a lot more pressure on Chelsea.
And he's the kind of guy who's prone to tracking back effectively as well. He puts a shift in, right?
Okay, just in case you missed it, the weekend also saw Arsenal easily beating Bolton at the Reebok, by 3-1. While Daryl's Liverpool failed to beat newly promoted side Stoke City at home, at Anfield. Shebby, got to ask you, what does this say about Liverpool's overall title credentials?
Well, Nelson, I sat there thinking, during the game, come on, there's got to be a plan B. You can't keep playing the same way for 90 minutes and not making any headway. And then there's no plan B, because simply because, when you needed somebody like Peter Crouch to come on, he wasn't there anymore. But to be honest, I will not criticize Liverpool at this point, because I thought Stoke City to defend like that, and they defended with great discipline, with great determination, never gave away silly free kicks, and I don't think the goalkeeper Sorensen had to work too hard.
No.
So I would say credit to Stoke rather than Liverpool didn't do well.
Yeah, Daryl, they parked that double-decker bus, but we've seen Liverpool do the same thing. So. Fair cop to Stoke.
I was just more afraid about it might have been like a Barnsley type result where Stoke was sneak on.
You're an eternal cynic, right?
Alright, very quickly, Daryl, what do you think of Manchester City's awesome 6-0 thrashing of Portsmouth,
Mind-boggling, man. I would say Mark Hughes should basically now coach the Brazilian national team.
Or Man United.
Yeah?
Yes.
Being groomed to coach Man United.
Yeah, but Nelson, what I love was the resurgence of Sean Wright-Phillips. I think Shebby and I were talking about that. And really great to see the lad full of beans and being back to his normal self again.
Yep, great stuff. Okay, we've got to take a little break now, but we'll be right back before you know it. So don't go anywhere. Join us back here again on Football Everyday after these messages.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Football Everyday with me, Nelson, Zack, Daryl, and of course, Shebby. Just before the break, we were, of course, talking about the weekend's results, and another disappointing result, I must say, is Shebby's team. So sorry to do this to you again, their failure to pick up their first victory of the season against Wigan at home, Shebby, your thoughts?
Rubbish. I mean, that's what we are at this moment. The league table doesn't lie. We're all over the place. I suspect there are more problems than just the football side of it. I think Juan Ramos looks very, very unhappy, very, very disinterested, and I will not be surprised if over the week or 10 days, something actually happens. There's no denying that we've got good players, there's no denying that that team can play well if you pick the right players, as was proven against Chelsea. So at this moment in time, yes, to describe Spurs in one word, it's got to be rubbish.
Well, I got to ask you, Shebby, do you think that it's a Newcastle scenario all over again, where you have a director of football bringing in players that maybe the manager doesn't want? Because this Kamoli guy, he seems to be the guy that's been doing all the transfers for Spurs. Could it be the same problem as Newcastle?
Well, I do think that yes, that's a part of the problem as well. But I like to think that let's move on now. We sold Defoe, Keane, and Berbatov. I mean, nobody can do that and think that we are going to survive without them. But yes, when Juan Ramos comes out and says we need 15 to 16 matches before we gel, that's half a season, or my math's not very good, but it's almost half a season gone. No, you can't say things like that, So obviously there is some friction between Komoli and Ramos.
Great stuff, Shebby. Okay, I think got to take a little break from all the football chat and football banter. Let me ask you, Daryl, how good's your football trivia, man?
I think it's quite okay, I guess.
Because you're old, right?
Been to many pubs, right?
Many pubs. But yeah, I'm talking
He's
about...
won many a pub quiz. Yes, I tell you, he's sharp as a tack.
But that's right, I'm talking about the Star Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest, brought to you, of course, by Tiger FC. And we're into week 3, alright? This contest, again, runs for 8 weeks, so we're into week 3. And you can get all the details of how to participate and all in the Football Everyday Pullout that comes out every Friday, okay? Full details are there. But of course, you get the questions right here on Football Everyday. And my man Zack's going to give them to you right now.
Okay,
so get your pen and paper out, and here it is.
All right, for this week, we got 2 questions for you. The first question is, which player won a FIFA Fair Play Award for catching the ball during a match? I'll read that again. Which player won a FIFA Fair Play Award for catching the ball during a match? This is very interesting stuff. The second question is one for the oldies out there. Daryl, I know you know the answer to this one, mate. Where did Middlesbrough play their home games before moving to the Riverside Stadium?
That's an easy one, man.
Yeah, where did Middlesbrough play their home games before moving to the Riverside Stadium? I'll tell you what, Nelson, mate. These are pretty interesting questions, and the prize is amazing. I mean, that trip to the Classico.
Exactly.
Right?
So we're, of course, offering 2 trips to Barcelona, of course, to catch the El Clasico between Barcelona and Real Madrid. 2 people walk away with that. I think all of us here would like to be a winner.
Daryl's actually been to the new camp before during match day.
Well, I can tell you, if the winners, whoever's going to win this contest, it's going to be a brilliant experience, because it's Camp Nou and it's against Real Madrid. The old enemy.
Yeah.
What else could you ask for? It's going to be.
What was it like there under the floodlights, full Camp Nou?
Well, basically lots and lots of eager Catalans, all the Peñas, Peñas from all around the world, the fan clubs, everyone's there. Wow. So it's just amazing.
Well, it's certainly a once in a lifetime experience. And also, the thing that I love about this contest is, say you don't win the prize to go Classico, still get Lionel Messi's shirt.
You got a chance to pick up an Arsenal signed jersey, Leo Messi signed jersey, loads of Tiger FC merchandise as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, since we're on the topic of Real Barcelona, let's just digress a bit and ask you, Shebby, very quickly, what do you think of Real and Barca's performances so far?
The
current teams they have.
I think performances with Barcelona have improved. 6-0 on the weekend.
6-1 actually.
6-1, on the weekend, and Real Madrid more solid rather than spectacular. So no real Galacticos as yet. So I would say that both teams are looking like they're going to be first and second, or
Bernstein still runs a
top
tight
2
ship.
again.
No stars. I think he's really reined in all the egos at Real Madrid, and they look strong, you know.
Yeah, they do.
Yep, but there you go. Don't fret in case you missed the questions, because we'll be back to repeat it for you once again in segment 3. But right now we've got to take another break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Football Every Day. And you're back with us here on Football Everyday for the third and final segment of today's show. You know, we're done with the contest. We'll get back to it later on. But we've talked about last weekend's games. So let's
this weekend, man. This weekend, let's get it on,
the
man.
upcoming matches. I think we're all really waiting, eagerly waiting for the big one. Of course, the early Saturday kickoff at Goodison Park, where Everton play host to Liverpool in the first Merseyside derby of the season. Shebby, how do you see this one shaping up?
Very interesting. We have the home team whose defense shipping the goals. And we have the visitors. Who struggled to break down Stoke City. So what am I seeing here? I think I'm looking at a draw.
Sounds like a 0-0 to me, mate.
I was just going to ask you if you can see a winner, but you've answered the question.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach, do you think your team, Zach supports Everton, in case you've forgotten, your team have what it takes to beat the Reds at Goodison Park?
Definitely. I mean, don't forget, like, form goes out the window, right? That's an old cliche, but especially in games like this, I think our defensive record, we're going to put that aside, and this is the one where everybody's going to be focused 100%. I think if we can stop the horrible defensive errors that we've been making of late, I think Ferguson. See, I'm going back to the old days. Yakubu and Cahill, they're in great form, and I always believe that they can nick a goal. So if we keep it tight at the back, anything can happen.
Can you do that? I mean, how are you going to change
Julian
the
Lescott,
defense?
chap, last year you were singing his praises, right? Come on.
Yeah.
The man hasn't made a mistake in 2 years. He's making up for it now, He's worth 2 a game at the moment.
But I can see Daryl shaking his head. Daryl, you definitely don't agree with Zach, right?
I just
From the red corner.
I just do remember, Steven Gerrard has basically the small issue of getting his 100 goal, and where else? What better place than, of course, Goodison Park?
Yeah. Stevie Gerrard likes to pop up and spoil my day when it comes to
always
this.
the romantic, always the romantic.
Shebby, score prediction, you think?
I've gone with a draw, so I'll be a bit brave and say it'll be a score draw.
Score draw.
I mean, it's quite difficult, to think that, I see the two teams cancelling each other out rather than, one team being the better team. Because at this moment, both teams are playing solid football, but, the spark is missing. That's something that, a screamer from 30 yards or a piece of magic or something like that. So far, both teams have not done that at the start of this season.
I tell you, Sheb, what worries me is that the referee's going to be the star of this game. As we've seen many times before, come a big game, the referee steps up, and I really don't want that to happen. Yeah. Last year's Mark Clattenburg thing still...
Here's one for you guys,
I still remember it.
Here's one for you guys, big matches in England, top 4, and big matches, derbies like Everton, Liverpool and all, and always, very controversial. I mean, Mike Riley and all that. And now, here's just an idea, you think about it, foreign referees for big matches. Think about it. You don't have, and if the viewers out there have an opinion or a thought, you can share.
Do drop us an email, of course.
Football at
football at thestar.com.my.
But I think another match very quickly, that catches our eye is between two teams who are generally in form, Aston Villa against Sunderland at Villa Park. Shebby, your favourites for this one?
Aston Villa, definitely. I mean, right now, I think they are playing the best football. Yes, don't give me Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United. Arsenal obviously playing great football, but Aston Villa, I mean, for the team that Martin O'Neill
has got to give them credit, right?
Yes, I mean, they're so exciting, and the 4 English players, in Rio Coker, Barry, Young, and Agbon Lahore, I mean, they're simply outstanding. So I love watching them play.
I will echo that thought. I think I wrote as much in our tip talk this week, which you can see in a football pull-out this Friday, and I said Villa are becoming everybody's favourite second team. True or not, Daryl? It's right? Everyone loves the way they play. It's fast, it's exciting. They attack home or away. I mean, what's there not to like, really, Sheps?
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Okay. Very quickly, we promised our viewers that we will repeat the questions for the Star Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest. And so, Zach, will you do us the honour once again? In case you missed out earlier on?
Sure. We got 2 questions for you this week. The first question is, which player won a FIFA Fair Play Award for catching the ball during a match? This is If you can answer that one, then you move on to the second question, which is where did Middlesbrough play their home games before moving to the Riverside Stadium?
Alright, great stuff, guys.
Nice
Thanks a lot, all of you. That's about all the time we have, unfortunately, right here on Football Every Day. But of course, we'll be right back next week, same time, same place. And as mentioned by Daryl, do drop us an email at football@thestar.com.my if you've got anything to say.
Nelson, can I just say one thing before we go? Come on, you Blues!
Yeah, and also,
And Nelson, Selamat Hari Raya to
that's right.
all
That's
Malaysians.
right. From all of us here at Football Every Day. And again, thank you to Adidas for sponsoring our kits. Yep. We'll see you next week. Same time.
Same
Ciao.
place.